This podcast is intended for adults only. We do not condone the use of any illegal substances, and anything we consume is for educational purposes only.
Because, we should be afraid of a plant that grows from the ground. And, endocannabinoid system is, it's in your body and it produces cannabinoids. You know what? I'm going to stop because I'm going to rant. Just play the music, Mitch.
Never thought I'd be there right by my side, man. What a time it is to be alive. See, I'm charged up, feeling energized, building enterprise, move supersize. Y'all lecture like a side of fries. Whoa, false guys who you idolize. Yeah, go against us, I would not advise. We the highest in the room, just look up once and you can find us. Our songs should have more plays, but we too though, they rewind us. All my targets lined up, every day my girl get fined up. All my clothes is local, bitch, I really rock designer.
You're listening to the Canna Kuyas podcast, where we are cultivating conversations concerning cannabis, culture, and creativity. I'm one of your hosts. My name is Mitch Narito.
Yo, we're back. It's me, Erick, Esteban. I know it's season 3, and we've been gone for like 2 months, but Mitch and I are back. The Buddha Lounge is fully stocked.
Yes, sir.
And we're waiting. We got monthly harvests coming up, and you're going to know all about all of that. But I wanted to start up top by saying we've got a lot to update our audience with. The cannabis community overall has gone through a lot of changes.
Yes, it has.
Since we've been gone, since the end of season 2, which, thank you guys for downloading all the episodes from season 1 and season 2, because I see the numbers and I see that people are still downloading. That's why we're back for season 3 in audio, but we're also going to be on video as well.
Yeah, you can expect an episode every other week, so every 2 weeks we'll try to put a new episode out and add a little video so you can see what's going on with all the plans.
Always stay on tune at Instagram at Canna Kuyas, as long as they keep us and let us keep posting. Even if they have shadow banned us, I think we have, because we don't get a lot of views. But I know we got a lot of followers, and we do get a lot of downloads to this podcast. So we are back, and we want to kind of update you on stuff that's been going on with cannabis, because if you've been listening to us in prior episodes, we talked about all the different things that have been going on in cannabis laws and the ways that, versus growing your own versus going to the dispensary versus all these different ways of getting your cannabis. And especially if you're going and smoking every day, you're probably going to want to keep listening, because we're going to get you in tune with learning how to really grow your own. And if you follow us on Instagram, you can kind of see the potential of what you can do with just a few elements and a few growing tips, and you could be growing your own and you never have to go to the dispensary again. Because we were just talking before this in our prior smoke session before the podcast about, because you just went to the dispensary, right, Mitch?
Yeah, I'm glad I went to the dispensary, because I ended up getting some weed for myself, and it's just a different strain. Just like me, I like to. I always like to.
You always like to differentiate.
Yeah, I like having different strains on hand. Just to suit my mood. But I went to a dispensary. We were trying to do this math, so I was able to get a half ounce, 14 grams. Price was $60. I got a couple infused pre-rolls. It was $20 a pack. I got 3 of those, so it should have been $120, right? And after taxes and my medical recommendation, I got charged almost
less taxes, because you're
less taxes. So if I hadn't had that, it would have come out to like $180. But because I did have the medical license, I only paid $160, but that's pretty much, it's like 30% tax, 33% tax, something like that.
Man, I can't. So we've been gone podcast wise for about since before Christmas?
Yeah.
Since
sometime
November?
in November.
So like since past the last harvest, basically.
Yeah.
Because we had a harvest in October, then we also had a harvest in January. and I know on Instagram we teased the homegrown versus the indoor, like I missed the greenhouse versus the indoor.
Yeah.
And we're feeling the effects of the indoor jack, I use the greenhouse jack for the Barrelman. I don't know why I'm on this weird tangent.
I don't know why either. But let's go with it.
But part of it is, as you were going through the dispensary, I was trying to think of the last time I went to the dispensary, and it's been months.
Yeah.
Months, because I don't think it's since before the end of season 2 was the last time I think I went to the dispensary.
Yeah, because you were saying, like, before Erick started growing, one of the reasons we started this podcast is because Erick decided to start growing and see what kind of a difference that would make. Because Erick was dropping a good amount of money monthly.
I worked out to about an average of $1,000 a month.
$1,000 a month?
Yeah, because it was about $200 a week.
Oh yeah, so and you were smoking it all, like, so you were consuming high volume too.
Yeah, I was probably consuming just a little bit less than I do now, and I have pounds and pounds of weed in my house now.
Yeah, see, so like when I was going regularly, like I could spend probably like $300 or $400 a month on weed. It just depends on like what I was buying.
But even that, $400 is a lot of money.
It is a lot of money.
Yeah. In some places in the country, it's rent.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't know where you're living, but you probably don't have weed legal there either. But that's part of the reason why it's expensive to live in California, because a lot of stuff is legal and you can get away with a lot of stuff that you can't get away with in other parts of the country.
I don't think I'm getting a safety deposit back for my apartment. Just tangent.
I probably won't get a safety deposit back here from here either. I'm renting this place. Although I've kind of beautified the backyard at this point. Like, my growing skills have gotten to a point where I'm starting to grow my own fruits, my own peppers. Mitch is going to get some chiles for his suka.
Yeah, that's vinegar for all you non-Tagalog folks.
Yeah, but I'm excited about the idea that I have a green thumb, and I want to share this knowledge with a lot of people because, like Mitch was talking about, it's expensive to go to the dispensary every day. And also with the laws changing, because what is it, rescheduling or descheduling, or is it hemp is illegal again? Because we don't know, because it's kind of been thrown back up in the air again, because I think a lot of people in the alcohol lobby who are realizing that a lot of younger people and a lot of people of our generation are switching over to something a lot less abrasive.
Yeah, alcohol has been proven. Alcohol, I still drink, but alcohol slowly poisons you. Like, that's why you have different organs that shut down from abuse,
Right. Which is why I'm on Rise Coffee right now. This is not a plug. This is not a sponsor. I'm just saying, this shit is cleaning me out. This mushroom coffee I'm on my first week of Rise. So stay tuned, because I'm going to give you guys, I know you stay here for the cannabis stuff, but I'm going to give you some mushroom notes as well.
And then
this mushroom coffee is for real. Yeah. No, the digestive additives or whatever, shit is good. I'm just saying.
Erick, I'm
trying to go all natural on shit, man. I'm trying to get all real healthy.
It's been cleaning him out, and then he's been using that to fertilize the plants.
Correct. No, I'm not. No. I actually, being real, I really do. I'm going to tag him in this podcast, and I'm going to send a link to this first season 3 episode to him. But Nick Nikolaeva, I want to get him on, the guy from Rooted Leaf, because I have grown the best weed of my life. I've been growing now for 3 years. And this is the best weed with Rooted Leaf nutrients. It's all organic. And then I use Recharge from Real Growers. Recharge, it's just a little powder. You do that every other week. And then Hygrozyme, which are additives that, add soil enriching enzymes and added other real good stuff that's all organic again.
It makes the plants grow good.
But those three things are all I use, and I have smoked and grow the best weed I've ever had in my life. Like, seriously. I mean, and you can be an attest to it. Like, am I wrong? Is it not pretty good weed?
No, it's pretty good. Like, I will say that from where you started, I always tell you, from where you started to where you've progressed to, the weed is good, and I can compare it to dispensary weed, and if you were to charge for this would be top shelf. It would be top shelf weed.
But I'd rather not. That's part of the empowering fact of growing your own. Is I'd rather not charge for it. I'd rather give it to you.
Yeah.
I'd rather be like, hey, bro, here you go. Fill your bags up with this. And see, because you said you had to go to the dispensary, so fill your bags up before you leave. I'd rather do that and still have enough for me to smoke. And I have a harvest of. I'm going to be stay tuned on the Instagram. I'll be uploading some time lapse videos of me trimming all these plants that I got. Mitch asked me a question this morning. He said, "What did you ask me?" He said, "How fast?
How fast can you do that now? How fast can you trim a plant?"
I'm pretty fast, but I'm not like time lapse fast. I'm like fast like a time lapse. But
no, I'm imagining Edward Scissorhands. Yeah.
But I am. But you get to a point where you start to understand, like, well, the plant, so if you got to get where to cut.
Yeah.
So, but it's very time consuming still. But for me, I know they call it trim jail, but.
You just get zen with it?
No, I fucking love it.
Oh, okay.
I not zone out. I get my headphones on, and sure, I watch. I watch Ink Master, or I watch stupid YouTube videos or something, and trim away. But God, does it pass the time? And it's so. It is zen. It is really like centering, and of course. You're also checking to see, okay, did I dry it long enough? Okay, do I got to put this in a jar? Do I have to let this sit out for a little while? Is it still wet? The same things. And also I'm learning the drying process of this drying tent, because every drying environment is different. So, like, if you're listening to this in Chicago, or you're listening to this in New York, or you're listening to this in Florida, each one of those environments is going to be very different in the case of drying. For me, here in California, even the seasons in which I'm drying are different. So, like, if I'm drying early on in the winter time, like not even winter, but fall, like in October, I'm drying for 7 days, maybe at the longest 8 days, because it's hot still.
Yeah, like you gave me, so let's go over what strains you've had lately, because last you gave me Pluto cookies. You gave me one of the different plants from Pluto cookies.
That was the autoflower.
Yeah.
Both of those are autoflowers. There's a Pluto cookies one, which is what you got a jar of, that had dried a little bit quicker, but was less crystally.
It was still a little,
but it was still really good.
Yeah.
But Pluto cookies number 2 is still moist.
Yeah.
Even now, and it's also really, really crystally, and when frosty. And it's so frosty, and when you can grind it to a point where you can smoke it, because it's still really moist, but there are some buds that are drier than others, so you'll be able to get a good tasting bowl of it, and when you get a good taste of that, oh my Lord, okay. It is really tasty.
So we had that. So those Pluto cookies, two different phenos, right? Phenotypes.
Correct. And then we also had the 2 different jacks, which was really interesting, because we had the greenhouse jack, and then we also had the indoor under lights tent grown jack. And the bud structure of the indoor jack was far superior to the outdoor. But the trichomes and the frost on they were both consistent, and good. But the one that was grown on the outside in the greenhouse, it was almost more like a star system versus the consistent trichomes. But the one on the greenhouse was like
airy. Not
even that. The trichomes were like a starry night, where some stars were bigger than other stars, and like some trichomes were bigger than other trichomes. Like they were like searching for the light in the greenhouse.
Yeah.
Versus the one that was indoor grown, where the trichomes were consistent and almost uniform.
Yeah.
Throughout the whole bud.
It was just more what you expect from like a typical flower.
Right. And the one that grew under a starry night looked like a starry night.
I guess so.
I'm like poetic, bro.
I'm like poetic, bro. So we had, that might be
the title of this.
I'm like poetic, bro.
I'm like poetic, bro.
Okay. So you had the Jack, you had the Pluto cookies.
What did you think? Because you got a jar of that Jack, the jar of the greenhouse Jack. Remember?
Yeah, it was good.
Because you've also had the indoor Jack a lot anyway, because you were the one who brought the Jack into the garden.
Yeah.
You were the guy who bought the clone.
No, but I would say the outdoor, the greenhouse Jack, it was more stemmy.
Yeah.
There was a lot more stem. Like
there was a lot more stem to bud.
Yeah. So
versus the indoor bud, which is the buds were all
it was more flower
fluffy bud consistency, and it's still and it's what I think I harvested that in January, and we still have a lot, and it's still wonderful.
No, it's Jack has been real good.
That was a good call on your part.
Yeah,
because what I remember, what was the clone that I got? I got the blueberry clone.
Yeah.
When we got that, because I originally got another blueberry clone, but that died.
But you got the DJ Short.
Yeah, DJ Short blueberry, and that lasted in the garden for a while, and it was pretty good. It never really I don't think I ever really dried that properly. I never really cured that properly.
Weren't you saying that after this Jack though, like you're not gonna have Jack for a while, or?
Yeah, there's no more Jack. Yeah, there's no more Jack plants.
Oh.
Yeah, that's gone. It died. That was the last of the genetics of the Jack genetics was on those last greenhouses, because you can only keep a mother plant, especially if you only have three tenths, and I have 3/10. So not everybody has even 1/10. So like I have 3/10, and it's hard to keep mother plants for long because they start to, like, I know for me, like that's why that one that's in the greenhouse right now, it was dying inside because it had been vegging for so long, and the leaves were starting to die.
Would you go back to Buds and Roses again, a clone, or would you try to get Jack as a seed and try to grow it from a seed?
I would probably go back to Jack, the Buds and Roses, and get that clone, because I know that genetics is good. Because I trust them at Buds and Roses for the genetics for sure. Because even the DJ Short blueberry clone that we ended up keeping, it kept for at least a year in the garden, and we grew out a couple DJ Short blueberries outside in the greenhouse too. So the only problem was that it always grew so dense and moist that I just never dried it for long enough.
Yeah, that's the one I got. I think I got the mold in.
Yeah, and then also it was such a rainy season during that season that
it was wet.
It was so wet that nothing was good, and we were in a wine fridge still. I've upgraded to the actual fridge now that we keep everything, so the chances
that does make a difference though.
Yeah, the chances of mold are very slim now. Still, they're still there because you get mold in your fridge too. Yeah. So there's still a chance, but at the same time, if they're cured properly and then stored properly, you're in good shape.
Okay, so Jack, Pluto cookies. What else? Chicken and waffles.
Chicken and waffles is coming up. You got chicken and waffles coming up. And then you've also got Granny Candy, both from Humboldt Seed Company.
So
those are the things, like seeds and feminized seeds are where I've been getting most of my genetics from. Like all of this stuff that's growing now in the thing are either wrong. Switch that. In one of the tents, it's all clones.
Yeah.
From the seeds.
Hold on. just because I like it's gonna leave me. So what have we been smoking? What have we smoked recently? So
We've smoked Pluto cookies 1 and 2.
yeah,
We've smoked Jack Herrera.
1 and 2.
And then in the taste test videos that we shot, which are going to be on the Instagram shortly, I'm just going to edit them up and put them in real form. But in those, we smoked the Skywalker OG,
Okay.
which was an autoflower.
Yeah.
And then we also had in that was Gelato 33.
Yeah, you had that again.
Which was the clone. Was it a clone?
I thought you started again.
No, I'm sorry. The Gelato, yeah. The Gelato 33 was a clone that I bought
Okay.
from Buds and Roses.
And then anything else?
And then
Did you have like a pineapple?
yeah, but I harvested it too early, and it ended up smelling like grass.
Yeah. Okay.
And so I ended up just ditching that whole harvest. So the pineapple muffin, I have an autoflower pineapple muffin growing now, which I'm going to harvest in about, I'd say, 2 weeks.
So anything else that's
And then there's mango sherbet that's coming in.
no,
2
but what
weeks.
have we had? So?
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think because I'm going through what we have now and then also what we had before. There was another auto. Oh no, there wasn't. The Skywalker autoflower was the latest autoflower that I had harvested, and there was one other one, right?
I don't know. So we
I'm
have.
pretty sure there was. There was one other one, and
Is it like a Runts or a Skittles or something like that?
no. Well, the Zittles is in there right now.
Oh, okay.
That one's growing there right now.
Okay. So hold on. Let's clear this up.
There's a few that we probably have missed, and
Eric has been growing like a ton of different. He's just been getting seeds.
yeah, I've just been buying a lot of seeds, and I've also been using and using the autoflowers to kind of supplement harvests, because you can kind of have harvests every 90 days with an autoflower plant. So
But it's like that. But that's already 6 or 7 strains that we've tried. Okay.
yeah, that
So-
I've grown in the past couple of months, and
Yeah, since
that
we last talked.
yeah. So that's kind of my whole pitch for growing your own is like look at how many strains.
Yeah,
you
that's
just-
variety. That's good
Think about
variety.
if you're looking for variety, and also you understand how it looks from seed to harvest, how it looks, and how all the different purple leaves and different darker green leaves, or sometimes indicates black leaves. You
Yeah.
never know. It's so interesting to watch the plant from seed to eventually smoke, and how different every single cultivar is, how different every single plant is, even within the same cultivar.
Yeah. So on deck we've got Yoda Nana,
Yes, limes. with a Z.
Limesy,
So 90s limes.
Limesy.
Limes.
Okay, what else is on deck?
And then
said-
next month we have chicken and waffles. We'll be back in the
Zittles? You
rotation.
said Zittles?
And Zittles will be there. Maybe Skywalker Kush, which is a new autoflower that I'm growing.
And then so that's 5. We got 5 strains.
And then also Granny Candy,
6.
6. All those are from seed and or cloned. All those are from seed or clone. And then in the second tent, there's also clones of limes and chicken and waffles again. So
So since November, because that was when we had our last episode. So since November till now, that's already 12 to
Jesus,
14 different varieties of plants.
I'm glad you were keeping count, because I was like,
No, like for me, like I was just trying to keep it straight because I'm just trying to.
that's amazing. That's a lot of strains.
Yeah, and then that's why, like when I was saying, like in terms of like your ability to grow, that's 12 a minimum of 12 different kinds of plants, right? And
And your opinion of all those strains, even just across the board, would be
they're good.
Yeah.
They're good. And I'm not just like good is easy, but like
no, but
they're solid. They all you know, like when you go to a dispensary, like it depends too. You know, like if you're trying to like save on money, you'll buy like some really like old dry stuff, right?
Or you'll buy smalls, which is what I always did when I was at the dispensary. That was always the best. I would get a brand that I trusted or a brand that was consistent and good, and then I would get the smalls.
But still, it's not fresh.
Yeah, for sure. You're still the smalls are like you never know. They probably swept them off the floor.
No. Like honestly, anything you buy from the dispensary, you can safely assume it's been at least 3 months out since it was harvested.
At least.
Right? So, like, I'll get stuff from you, like, on like, the first week it's ready to go.
2 weeks after it's harvested.
Yeah.
2-3 weeks after it's harvested.
And so that makes a huge difference.
And you also know that I don't grow with any chemicals or, grow with all, organic shit.
Because, anything at the dispensary, it's a gamble because we've been... In previous episodes, we've been to places where more or less they're weed wholesalers, right? And they'll grow different strains, different amounts, and then sell them to other companies who just slap a label on them and charge what they charge. And
if you've listened to this podcast before, you've heard the stories of me in New York where I saw the cookies bags and they were just stuffing whatever weed they had in that jar that was in there in New York. And also the 2 joints that I smoked that made my lips numb.
Because they had that spice.
I don't know what it was.
That canine.
It was a little weird.
That alligator.
It was. I don't know what it was. I'm not sure what animal drug was on the joint, but my lips were numb for like 20 minutes after I smoked one of them joints. It was weird. It was a little weird. It wasn't a sensation that I was.
No. That's definitely like some synthetic nonsense.
And that's why another reason for me to grow my own is, I said it when I was growing up, when I would smoke weed, even when I was younger, because I think I started smoking weed 17, 18 maybe, and even in that case, it's like, why are you gonna when weed is like big tobacco? Because you don't know what corners they cut, what stuff they did to keep it fresh on the shelf. All the different things that big companies do to cut corners on things. That's kind of what cannabis has become in a lot of ways, unless you know where to go or what to buy and brands, and you have brands that you trust and that are good for you.
That's one of the more interesting things I've come across recently, because like I know that in Japan weed is highly illegal, cannabis is highly illegal, right? Like usually it's the penalty is like 7 years in jail. You don't even have to be caught smoking it. If it's detected in your blood, you could be found guilty, right? But then also,
I'm just gonna watch Crunchyroll.
You're just gonna upgrade to premium.
At first, we were talking about this, and then Mitch started telling me all these rules in Japan, because we were talking about going to Asia, and I was like, nah, I'm just gonna go to Thailand, and I'm gonna get my sakya tattoo, and I'm gonna smoke Thailand weed.
Hey, but you gotta be careful with that too, because like I'm saying, so in Asia, right, where like in Japan and whatnot, where it's highly illegal. It is available. You can find it, but it's some weird synthetic stuff.
Yeah, no, I'd rather not. And if I can't bring my own at this point, if I'm not bringing my own shit, I'm probably not coming. I'm not coming. I'm just going to go home. I'm going to stay home.
Yeah, no, they'll go through your luggage. If they find it, they'll...
No, being serious, like, as much as I don't... I'll say it like this. I don't not enjoy touring. I like it. It's fine. If we could monetize this podcast, I'd be really better off. I would rather not tour and go all over the place, because I'd rather have my weed readily available to me. And also, I like taking care of my plants every day. So I'd rather not travel.
But you wouldn't, you would rather not travel than experience like a country you've never been to?
No, don't get me wrong. I still travel, and I'm being stubborn and stupid and just trying to be funny. I would like to go to Japan. That said, we're gonna figure it out. I mean, that might be a break time.
You're just gonna keister it.
It might be a break time. You know, you never know. You need those break times.
No, break times are necessary.
I don't know about necessary.
No, but they are necessary. I will say. Because this is just for me. I don't know how it is about you, but I'm a daily smoker. I smoke every day, and I don't need like a long break. Like 4 or 5 days without smoking is chill, right? Like I could do like a couple days, but if I don't take those breaks, I find that the volume I consume it goes up. My tolerance is always going to be high. Like I have like permatolerance that's like super high. But like the volume and the amount that I smoke after taking a break, it definitely goes down.
Oh, for sure. And I gotta say, like because I work long shifts at work where I don't, because I work at the airport, so I'm not gonna smoke a joint at the airport. So I don't smoke for those long shifts.
Yeah.
And then I will say, no, being real, like even just abstaining for that long of time, because when I'm home, I'm smoking not necessarily, maybe hourly at this, because I have the supply to, so I can. So I definitely wake and bake, and I definitely will, smoke maybe 1 or 2 more bowls during the day, definitely after my workout.
I've been learning ways where like how you smoke enhances like how high you get, right?
Sure.
Like after a shower is a good time to smoke.
Yes, definitely it is.
Because your body has been calmed, right? Like your nervous system, it pretty much like if you do it.
And I know now why you have long hair, because it's very relaxing.
Yeah.
When you have long hair and you can comb your long hair and smoke a joint.
Is that what it is? No, but
my wife thinks I'm so vain that I comb my hair and I'm just smoking back there. And
just 100 times. He just does it 100 times a day. Just every day. It's like so shiny. No, but so after a shower is a good time to smoke, because your nervous system is reset.
Yeah.
Like it's your receptors are more open to taking stuff, because if you are stressed or if you are not in a good state of mind, it may your experience will be altered by whatever's going on in your body.
You know what I recently discovered about smoking, where I had smoked cannabis where I had never smoked cannabis before? In my tattoo process on my back. Because my tattoo sessions were so long that we would take breaks, and we would take meal breaks. So I'd go smoke a joint and have and eat something.
Yeah.
And then, but I didn't have that before. So we would probably break at hour 5.
Yeah.
Right? And by that hour 5,
your back is raw.
My back was already kind of hurt. I was like, I could tap out right now.
Yeah.
And then I go eat, and then I smoke a joint, and we went another 4 hours.
Yeah, no, it's it's the same thing when people smoke cigarettes,
Sure.
I don't smoke cigarettes, but it's the same concept. I
used to smoke cigarettes in college.
Did you always have one after a meal?
No. It was mostly
after, yes. Okay.
Yeah. So
right.
Anyway.
All right. But yeah, no, but it's the same thing.
And at the club, in a bar.
Okay.
You'd have that. If your drink was running out, you'd get a cigarette, because you could still smoke in the bars in Chicago when I was growing up.
See, I will smoke when I drink because it levels me out.
And what, cigarettes? No,
Just
cannabis.
weed.
Yeah, for sure. I always smoke a joint. I always go out to the bar and smoke a joint. But cigarettes. When it was funny because in Chicago when they stopped letting you smoke cigarettes in the bar, that's when everybody quit smoking.
Because it
was such a social thing that it was like, oh, we can smoke in the bar, and then you're having a cigarette, and then like, oh, let's have a cigarette, and then you're smoking a cigarette, and then you'd even have like tactics to make you light up your face with the lighter to make your face look sexy when you light. That's real.
No, I know, but I can't take you seriously right now because I'm trying to.
That's real though. That worked a couple of times where you put your cigarette there and then you.
Hey, what's up, girl? Let me get that for you.
And then you kind of like foof, 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 light up your face like a little bit, bro. You don't even know. That shit worked.
No, I would be
Especially
the type
if you had some stubble. Oh man, you look like fucking Marlboro Man.
Eric looking like Joe Camel.
No, but no, I used to smoke when I was back in the day. No, but to get back on cannabis, like I smoke all the time now.
No, yeah.
But for me, I don't look at it as I mean, and I said, well, if it's the one thing that I do, then so be it. You know, I do smoke all the time and I smoke a lot, but I grow my own and it's organic and clean and good. You know what I mean? And so I'm at a point where at least I know what I'm smoking.
Yeah, no, I feel that. Like I have no illusions about it. Like in terms of vices, because we were talking about this, right? In terms of vices, you know, like some people like that, like their alcohol. Some people like their nose candy. You know, like like
I've never been one for that, any of those things, or even pills. I'm not a pill person.
I've told you about when I got my appendix taken out, right? I think we might have even talked about it on this podcast.
I don't know. I don't think we have.
So when I was in my 20s, right? Like my appendix got inflamed and I had to have emergency surgery to get it taken out, right? Because it was going to burst, right? So I woke up one day and I couldn't move, right? Like I couldn't move. Like I was in a lot of pain. And I called my mom, who's a nurse, and I was like, hey, I'm experiencing this. And she's like, I think your appendix is going to burst, right? Like, have someone take you to the hospital and, like, have them see you, right? So I got to the hospital. They checked me out, and they're like, oh, we got to get you into surgery, right? And
wow, shit.
And it was
you never told me this story.
No. So they had to, and, like, the hospital I was at, it was my mom's hospital that she worked at. And
so you got that Filipino hookup.
Well, it wasn't like, yes, I did, but it wasn't like, it was a small hospital. It was called Temple Community Hospital. Yes.
That was the soda water that we drink all the time.
Yeah, no, but like the place was called Temple Community Hospital. It was in historic Filipino, what's now historic Filipino town, right?
Okay.
Like it doesn't even.
Right on Temple then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's not even there anymore.
Right.
So I got rushed to that hospital. And it was a small enough hospital that they didn't have like a lot.
How old were you?
I was in my 20s.
Okay, because I'm thinking because you weren't living at your house.
No.
Because if you called your mom and met her at the hospital, you would. If you were living with your parents, you would have just been like, "Mom, hey, mom, take me out."
Yeah, no. I like my roommates at the time.
So you're in your 20s.
Yeah. I was in my 20s, and so this hospital was small enough that they didn't have like a regular staff, so they had to call around and assemble a team of people, right? Like, oh, we need a doctor for surgery. We need an anesthesiologist. We need these people. And they're just calling these because these doctors are on call, right?
Sure, yeah.
So they're just like, hey.
Because they can't be hanging out at that hospital if it's small.
Yeah.
Like
There's
that.
no reason for them to.
Yeah.
So they were assembling this team. And as I'm waiting to get prepped for surgery, the anesthesiologist comes in, right? And he was like this was one of those doctors that went to like medical school in like the 70s. He was cool as shit, right? Like he was
like the Ron Burgundy of doctors.
Yeah, no, his name was Dr. Johnson, right? And like they're prepping me for surgery, and then Dr. Johnson's just like, hey, do you do any recreational drugs or any drugs in general?
I remember this story.
Okay.
You did tell the story about the recreational, and then he said weed was like.
He's like, so I was just like, because I didn't say anything, and then I was like, oh, I smoke marijuana often. He's like, weed, that ain't shit, right?
Yeah.
He's like, I'm talking about stuff that messes with your heart. You don't take pills, you don't mess with cocaine or anything. I was like, no. He's like, all right, good. He's like, I just don't want you waking up in the middle of surgery. You know?
See, but pills, cocaine,
yeah,
you can't fix your appendix but weed, you're good. See, weed ain't shit.
Yeah,
that's been my life philosophy, is that, I get it, that and again, we can go back to it, that we've talked about it and mentioned it many times on this podcast in the prior episodes, but in our bodies there is an endocannabinoid system where your body manufactures cannabinoids or cannabis. Mitch always laughs at me
because Eric always stares at me and he hesitates just for a second because he's like, better not fuck this up or Mitch is gonna come after me. Like, I see it in your eyes.
I understand. That's why I don't spell it. I don't try to spell it out loud. I just know that we have that in our bodies, and it controls and regulates a lot of the different systems in our bodies. And so cannabis can't be that bad if our body makes it.
No, and then in terms of like, okay, we've talked about this at depth, like in terms of like how you consume cannabis, right? We talk about the different ways you can consume it, and like I would rather like none of it. Maybe eating it is probably the safest, but like other than that, like, it's not great. You're gonna be inhaling it somehow, right?
You're still smoking combustibles. I understand that, but for me, I'm always, again, looking cool while doing it.
Yeah.
So I'm not thinking. I'm 51 years old now, and
we're gonna record this, and you're gonna show everyone what you're talking about. We're gonna record you lighting up a joint. And
I'm totally gonna do that. It's gonna be. I will light a Barrel Man blunt in the way that I used to seduce young girls at the bar in Chicago. Which was taught to me by Petey. Shout out to Petey, the funniest gay man I ever met. He will always be Petey. I worked with him at a Zoroasta grill.
So
back in the day.
You're telling me a gay man helped you learn how to hit on women?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
all right,
bro. Gay men know the shit because they're the bridge for both sides. They understand.
Sorry, forgive my bias. I was just like, wait,
no, it's true. Like, always befriend gay friends, as long as they just want to be friends, and they understand whatever It's like any other relationship.
Okay. No, because in my head,
the terms at the beginning. Look, man, I ain't sucking your dick.
Cool. What?
I'm not sucking your dick. Great. Let's just be friends. Wonderful.
Whoa. Eric went off. I was thinking more like
I was cleared the air right away. I told you that when we became friends, didn't I?
Damn it. No, because in my head, I was just like, like my logic.
You know what? Before we go, we talk about all this crazy stuff. We should really talk about and give a grow update. To wrap up the podcast.
Okay.
Because we're
going off the rails.
We're not going off the rails, but because this podcast is about us as people and our relationship, and also your relationship to weed, like you talked about with your appendix, but also like all the stuff and all the legalities and different things. A lot of those problems in our society are solved if you grow your own. And so I want to start structuring these podcasts a lot better. So by the end, we really give a grow update of what's going on and what you can see on our Instagram feed and different reels, different time-lapse reels, different things that we'll post, different grow tip reels, but also grow updates as to what's growing in the Buddha Lounge.
All right.
So let's go. Ask away. Tell me what you want to know. What's going on?
It's time for a grow update.
Oh wow, we should do it. We should do that in the studio and make it like a thing where you just say it, but
like it actually has an echo.
Like it actually has an echo.
We could probably add it.
We could probably do that.
I just wanted to do the sounds.
I mean, we could do that.
All right.
Or when we do live ones, we could have the audience do it. That'd be kind of cool.
That'd be fun. All right. So anyway, so we got the different strains. All right. Let's just start with the first tent. Spider Farmer Tent A is what I always call it. SFA. No, I know it's just the acronym for Spider Farmer Tent A. Yeah, Street Fighter Alpha.
That one. Those 6 plants are in week 4 to 5 of bloom. So in about 4 weeks.
So what's in there?
Those are chicken and waffles and granny candy.
Okay, all right.
And they're by Humboldt Seed Company. And again, they're in week 4 to 5 of bloom.
Out of how many weeks?
Out of 8 weeks.
Okay, so almost ready.
Because every flower cycle is about 8 to 9 weeks.
Okay, so we're looking at end of February harvest.
End of February harvest, which yes, and that the chicken and waffles I've grown before. That was I think we did that in season 2, but I don't know that we tried it because it was only a jar.
We did,
and it was pretty crazy.
Yeah, it was good.
I mean, I'm excited for.
You kept saying there was actual like a honey. Like a honey note.
Well, there were 2 plants. There was one plant that you smoked that was pretty good and was okay, and then there was one plant that was like honey flavor that me and Angie smoked.
It was maple syrup. That's what you were saying.
And it was like a maple syrupy thing. And I'm so anxious and excited to see because I've got a nice amount of it this time. I'm not going to run out of chicken and waffles this time, and I'm going to have probably a plethora of a variety of chicken and waffles to try.
I wish I was artistic enough to just make like little like mascots or like branding for.
Well, no, Humboldt Seed Company has them.
No, but I want to make them myself.
I know you want to make them yourself.
Like chicken and waffles would be like.
So I'm excited about that. This one. This chicken and waffles and granny candy, because Humboldt Seed Company has always been consistent. They've been great. Like, so if you're wanting to look for a place to get seeds, Humboldt Seed Company is the spot.
All right, tent 2.
Tent 2 is a renew because we just harvested the limes and the Yoda Nana, which was in Spider Farmer Tent B.
Okay.
I know it's not very creative. Maybe we'll think of new titles for the tents. But Spider Farmer Tent B is now renewed because it was just emptied. It was just harvested. So we harvested the limes and with a Z, and the Yoda Nana, which is not from Humboldt Seed Company. It's from Ethos Genetics. We'll see how it turns.
What do you know about Ethos? Because you always talk about.
This is the first strain that I've grown from Ethos.
But like, do you know anything about the company?
Yeah, no, they're very consistent. They're autoflowers. They tend to be known for their autoflowers. A lot of their Ethos autoflowers are really. They tend to be good and turn out good and grow fast.
Where are they from? Are they from?
I think they're from Europe, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay, so because Humboldt, I'm assuming is.
Yeah, Humboldt is from Humboldt.
It's California.
In California.
Okay.
Both still ship internationally. And then we have the third tent, which is the clone. Oh wait, well yeah, because they're just renewed, so they're like in the second tent is basically in week 2, week 3 of veg.
Okay.
So I won't flip I won't flip that. So that tent is right now on an 18/6, 18 hours on, 6 hours off light cycle.
So that's like that'll be ready sometime in like March.
I'm hoping for 420 harvest. for like a
so
April,
right before
like
April,
right before April, so that because once May and June come, it starts to get too hot in there to flower anything anymore. Now you got to want to veg, and just keep it hot because the lights are going to be on. And when the lights are on 18.6, when it's hot, the plants grow crazy, but you just got to water them a lot. The summertime, I know how to grow here. Anytime I move, I'm going to have to adjust to that environment as well. But, and the same goes for you when you're growing. You're going to have to adjust as the seasons change and the temperature changes. You're going to have to adjust your grow. And which is the one tent that we're getting to, the third tent, which is the cloning and autoflower tent, which allows me to have a perpetual harvest and be for the harvest months of like October, November, December, January, February, March, April. I want to be I'm consistently harvesting at least 1 or 2 plants every month.
Okay.
Whether it's the autoflowers or it's the bigger full harvest with the three of each strain plants. And then and then I stay legal because you can only have legally 6 mature plants. So I will only have 6 mature plants at a time in the garden all the time.
Okay. All right.
So
it's on the level.
So I'm trying to shift and create the perpetual grow that is still kind of remains legal and cool. When you throw autoflowers into the mix, you can go up and maybe exceed your plant count, but they're in your garden for so quick, and you can also keep them on your windowsill if you really wanted to. They're pretty easy to grow. So autoflowers are a thing where they can be kind of in and out and make it,
Okay. So
and nobody's really, let's be real, nobody's really right now, knock on wood, knocking on your door checking, but you never know.
You have the luxury of having 4 tents, all right?
3 tents.
3 tents.
Well, three tents and a drying tent. You're right, 4 tents.
Okay, so you have the luxury of that, right?
Right.
If you are someone that's just trying out or starting out, right? If you're someone that's starting out, what's the best advice you could give? Like, do you want them to grow like one big plant, or are you trying to get them to like diversify and try?
It depends on your space.
No, but that's why, like, if you have, like, one of these Spider Farmer tents, like, just one, right?
If you have one Spider Farmer tent, you can, and depending on your light, because you can get a bigger light for that tent. I just can't because of the wattage in my thing, so I just keep with the regular bar light.
Okay.
But, yes.
So, like, what does a starter setup look like, and how many plants should you be aiming for to try to grow?
Well, I think that I'm putting too many plants with 6. Like, you could probably get away with, you're probably better off for the sake of spacing for the plants with like 4 plants in a 2x4, in a 2x5. What is this? This is a 2x5. Yeah, 2x5 tent.
Okay.
And so I'm ramming them in. I'm kind of cramming them in there with 6.
Okay. So like, yeah, so Erick is doing stuff that's more for like a advanced person.
Yeah, yeah, a little bit, because you have to be in there trimming, because the more leaves that you have that are hitting and touching each other, the chances of mold increase, just because the moisture is just there.
So like 3 or 4
stuff that you can't see.
3 or 4 is ideal and manageable.
3 or 4 I say ideal when you're and manageable when you're starting out.
Okay,
I mean even 2 is fine, because you really want to stick to one strain. Because the differences between strains, like, you don't want to start by like what we named, like, how many strains did I grow in the past 4 months? Like 12,
yeah.
Right? You don't want to do that. That's something you want to, year 2, year 3, year 4. That's when you want to start getting into growing the different strains, because you can see the characteristics of the plant that can are uniform across the board on all cannabis plants, but then you can also see the things that are different about each cultivar and each different, like how autoflowers are different from harvesting feminized, different from harvesting regular, different from harvesting. Each different type of cannabis plant and seed or growing process has its own different harvesting process, its own different type of fertilizing process, its own different type of everything. So once you realize that there's a little bit of differentiation between all the different cultivars, it can get crazy. So you want to concentrate on 1 or 2 plants, maybe the same strain, maybe just buy a pack of seeds, a 3-pack of seeds, and plant 2 of them and save 1, and then go from there.
There you go. All right, so we're coming up on time right now. So if you're out there listening,
you see those grow tips that we just killed it on just from the beginning? Stay tuned, because once we reset the plants once we reset the tents in May and June, we'll break it down in a video and go over its checklist of the things that you can create the ultimate grow tent for yourself and grow and your space and all the different elements that you're going to need to grow the same weed that I grow. So stay tuned, because we're back. Season 3 is here.
And if you guys want to reach out to us, you have any questions or comments, let us know what you're thinking.
Blow up the comments on Instagram if you like the videos too. If you have any questions, ask us on the comments. I will comment back and answer your questions on all the videos that we post on Instagram at Canna Kuyas.
And that's CANNAKUYAS. I'll save you the trouble, Eric.
Thanks for spelling it for me, Mitch.
All right, everyone. You've been listening to the Canna Kuyas podcast, where we are cultivating conversations concerning cannabis, culture, and creativity. I'm Mitch Narito.
And I am Erick Esteban.
And to all our marijuana ates and Canna Kuyas, stay lifted.
Stay elevated. I am so glad you remembered all the intros and outros.
I'm a professional.
I'm a professional.
Peace, everyone. Take it easy.
Now peep the chest as human catalyst. Downtown Chula Vista. On 3rd Ave where I go cop some shit. Fuck a thief. So fuck zoomies. Yeah, they whack ass jacket shit. Yeah, I move too swift, so I striking silence. Fuck the violence, man. Check my mileage, cause I got driving. First tour, I drove 6 states. Never thought I'd be there right by my side, man. What a time it is to be alive. See, I'm charged up, feeling energized. Building enterprise, move supersize. Y'all extra like a side of fries. Whoa, false guys who you idolize. Yeah, go against us, I would not advise. We the highest in the room, just look up once and you can find us. Our song should have more plays, but we too though, they rewind us. All my targets lined up, every day my girl get fined up. All my clothes is local, bitch, I really rock designer.
Let's go, gang, highest in the room, yo, we get fucked up. You can count on Trey, can't bring the loud pack. Get us in the stew and that's game over. Western Metal Building, that's a home run. Yeah, keep the up or leave the fuck a Folgers. Little bitch, I made the beat and dropped the full verse. I just hit a steelo, I got dripped up. Package born and raised, bitch, I got dripped up. Y no se compara. Yo estoy con mi pana, se llama Trigger, fumando ganja. Estamos con Cali, fumando en Cali, yo sé que traen ganas. Ella me dice, papi, que terminamos la cama. Highest in the room, yeah, we get fucked up. You can count on Trey, can't bring the loud pack. Get us in the stew and that's game over. Western Metal Building, that's a home run.
Yeah, we got hits like Tatis and Machado. Man, we know you're not a leader, cause all our moves you just follow, packing big bowls. You know we just scooped up that gelato, cause I smoke killer. My shirt iller, yo, ask our dealer. We the highest in the room, just look up once and you can find us. Our song should have more plays, but we too though, they rewind us. All my targets lined up, every day my girl get fined up. All my clothes is local, bitch, I rarely rock designer.